T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Last call that we'll have for flight school, and I was in a meeting with our execs, and we were talking about the future of Ibüümerang and talking about where we're going next year, what we're going to be doing next year, how next year will be, we've put a lot of thought into who we are as a company and where we're going as a company, and really excited about our future. Excited about the path. I'm excited about those of you who are part of our company, those of you who are part of the journey. Many of you have been with us since day one. Some of you are, your day one started yesterday, or some of you, your day one started this morning. But it's always great to look in the chats and see some of the names that I've remembered for quite some time who have remained to be a part of this journey. You've been able to endure and witness a whole lot, And so it's pretty incredible, especially when you look at the company now, and this is what I always tell people, there's a difference between purpose and path. Purpose and path. And I want you to write this down. This is not the training of today, but I always have to give you guys a little nugget. Purpose and path. You've heard me talk about this before. I remember sharing this in detail with Darren Gibson when he first joined the company. I talked to him about purpose, and I talked to him about the path. Your purpose. The purpose shall always remain the same, but the path will always change. Always change. And so when we get started in any concept, any business, we all have a purpose of what we want to accomplish, and Ibüümerang's purpose has still remained the same. And when I started this company, I had a mission. I wanted to give an experience to ambassadors that I never had. And what do I mean by that? I wanted to be the type of CEO that I always wanted. I wanted to be the type of mentor to leaders that I've never had in my entire life in network marketing. And I wanted to lay a pathway for opportunity, and we created what was called our PRIB, our Perpetual Residual Income Builder. And we wanted to really erase the big lie in network marketing that residual income doesn't really exist. And so our whole purpose has been to bring about a concept, bring about a business model that one could actually build, sustain, and actually take care of them and their families through Ibüümerang. And we started off with our iGo Travel, which, we've done incredible things with it. We've broken all kinds of records in the network marketing travel industry in terms of actual travel that's booked, not just our Ibüümerang customers who registered as a client, but in travel that's booked. And we've gone through different models, and we've added different products, we've added different services, we adjusted our compensation plan, we've adjusted technologies. We have done almost about everything that you can do with a company. And here we are today. Who are we as a company? When you look at Ibüümerang, what do you think? When you look at Ibüümerang, what's your story? When you look at Ibüümerang, what do you tell when people ask you, well, what is your company about? In the beginning, we were a travel company. When it came to the product end, we were a travel company. And today, ladies and gentlemen, travel is still a part of our mix. But what we've done is we've looked at our focus and said, where is it that we can actually be number one? Could we have been number one in travel? Yeah, that's definitely doable. What I looked at in travel is how much residual income actually comes from travel. Well, there's no residual because most people don't have residual vacations or travel occurrences that take place on a monthly or weekly basis that will generate savings for them and revenue for you. the beauty of our travel platform, and you guys should be pushing it like crazy. You've got one of the easiest products, two of the easiest products in the world to market. The beauty of it is every time our customer saves money, you earn. Every time they save $2, you earn $1. It's the opposite of most concepts. Most concepts are, I sell you something, raise the price, I make a commission. Here, I offer you something for free, lower your price, give you a better experience, then I get paid. What better concept can you have for a business? It doesn't get much easier than I give you something for free. And this membership for free, and it actually entitles you to lower prices, better experiences, and when you get the lower price, that's when I get paid. If you pay the same as everywhere else, or you pay more, I make nothing. So that incentive is there, and we've had people who've made some incredible travel savings bonuses. And so getting yourself dialed back in, I want you to understand what it is that we do have when it comes to a product with Ibüümerang and iGo. But who are we today? If we were to identify ourselves, if we wanted to get rid of the identity crisis and say, well, we're this company, we're that company, we're this and we're that, we also have this and we also have that. And sometimes that becomes a confused, commingled message. And commingled message means that it's more difficult for you to communicate to your customer. And the more difficult it is to communicate to your customer, the less enthusiasm you're going to have while communicating the message. And what my goal is to make sure we simplify it. We then became a trade and travel, a travel and trade company, as travel was the forefront of getting our customers in, and then trade became another piece of the puzzle. And as it became a piece of the puzzle, I was excited about it because I saw the enthusiasm that people wanted around the entire world in terms of the education of how to empower themselves financially. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that enthusiasm turned into something different. That enthusiasm turned into a passion. That enthusiasm turned into a purpose. How did it turn into a purpose? April of 2 years ago, when we launched Elevate. We launched Elevate, and I had never traded Forex upon us launching. I had never traded myself. I traded stocks. I traded crypto. And for those of you who know, I'm probably in the record books as the best crypto trader ever. Nobody trades crypto like I trade crypto. Because I lost 100% of my trades. I am more consistent than anybody ever. That means that if you would have just done the opposite of everything that I would have done, you would be sitting here as a multi-millionaire. So I am the best when it came to that. But what I want you to know is this here. I started trading Forex. I believe we launched in April, and I started studying the Forex market. I started studying how Forex actually does work in terms of the leverage and what's available. And I started my study in the month of June, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And 90 days later was when I took my first trade. After taking my first trade, I went 2 weeks without losing one single trade. And what I noticed how simple this could be if you just understand and learn a few parameters. And after that, I started having some major successes. I had some major losses. Many of you know I'm very transparent. My first loss was a Rolls Royce. I lost $400,000 in one night. And I learned from it. I made it back in maybe about 3 weeks. And every loss I learned from. I went from a $400,000 loss. My next biggest loss was probably $2 million. Then I had a $4 million I had a $6.8 million loss. I had an $8 million loss. And then my biggest loss today in one single day has been a $12 million loss in one day. Now you say, HB, why are you talking about all these losses? Now, trust me, I am way up. When I lost the $12 million, I earned that back in, I earned it back in 8 days. Okay. So I don't say that to brag about the amounts. It's not about the amounts. Those digits and numbers are nothing more than a representation of a little bit of time, capital, and courage. So 12 million to me may be the same enthusiasm. And the lady who won the $1,000 trading account, who's going from 1,000 to 2,700, her enthusiasm and her celebration was probably greater with her taking 1,000 and turned to 2,700 than when I earned back to $12 million in I think it was 8 trading days, because there was no enthusiasm, there was no celebration at all, because it had become normal to me, because I don't even identify it as my capital or my money. It's just what I'm able to do now. But more importantly, what I've realized, I have realized what this product can actually do for people around the world. I spoke with the Diamonds yesterday, and I shared with them what I've seen happen in 30 plus years of being involved in network marketing. 2 years that I've been in network marketing, 32 years. I've had products that I have sold to people. I've had products that I've given away as samples, and people liked them. They really did. And people bought them, and people continued to buy them. And some continue to buy products from companies that I was a part of well before. I've never had a product ever that has impacted the lives of people in such a shorter period of time than what we have here in the trading world with Elevate. Me being able to teach people how to trade, my family, my son, my brother, my brothers, my cousins, family members who now have taken this product, and regardless of whether Elevate was here or not, they'll never, ever lose the benefit of the knowledge that they gained through this study. And the impact that it's made on their lives is incredible. I was speaking with a good friend of mine who's not even a part of Ibüümerang. He actually just joined Ibüümerang because he has so many people he wants to bring through Elevate. Now, this guy's a multi-millionaire, very, very successful guy. He and I were on the phone yesterday, and he sent me a message, and he says, listen, I just want to let you know, since you taught me what you taught me, I am up over $50-something thousand in profit. I've only lost 2 of my trades, and I do this, make a trade once or twice a week. He said, this 50,000 has been more important to me than probably any of the money that I've ever made before, not because the amounts are greater, but because this was me. I did it. I am in 100% control. And when you have a product like that, ladies and gentlemen, and you have the people who know how to teach you, I want you to understand you've got something that is life adjusting, that is life triggering, it is life inspiring, it is life changing if you understand what it is that you have. Many of you are out there right now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, I tried it and I lost money. Nobody ever goes anywhere in life by trying. Nobody. You only get to a place in life by doing. And what we've got is we've got a doers boot camp. We don't have a triers boot camp. We have a doers boot camp. So what, you failed? You haven't suffered a $12 million loss yet. I want you to imagine me, your CEO, suffering a $12 million loss. And then what I do is I cower down and whimper, put my tail between my legs. And what I do is I just kind of shy away from Elevate and tell everybody I tried it. It didn't work. I lost $12 million. So let me go back to my regular day job and do what I do on a normal basis. You wouldn't be on this call following me today. You wouldn't be on this call looking at me today. So what I did is I took the $12 million loss. And you know what I did? I analyzed, what did I do right prior to the $12 million loss? What did I do wrong? And I understood exactly what I did wrong. And I said, let me put in place measures so I no longer do that ever, ever, ever again. What if it would have taken me 1 year to earn the $12 million back? And then the next year I would have made 12 million. And would it have been worth the $12 million loss? Of course it would have been. So I want you to put things in perspective and stop being a trier. Nobody gets a winning trophy by trying. Nobody wins a Super Bowl by trying. Nobody accomplishes their dreams by simply trying. I want you to remove the word try from your vocabulary, and I want you to do it. I want you to do it. And I remember this old clip, and this is when Yoda from not Star Trek, but from the thing
Star
with,
Wars.
what is it called? Star Wars. And I think he was telling Luke Skywalker, and Luke Skywalker was trying to move something, and he says, I'll try, and I'll try, and I'll try. And little Yoda, with all of his infinite wisdom, looked at him and says, there's no such thing as try, only do. And I remember that stuck with me for so many years, because I hear so many people talk about trying. Well, I tried it. I tried Ibüümerang. I tried network marketing. I tried trading. I tried this and I tried that. And they have a resume full of tries, no completions. Tries, attempts. And everything you try, it means that you're going to accept the failure as final. I didn't accept my $12 million loss as final. I didn't get upset about the 12 million. It was not a good day. Trust me, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to have anybody, at all in my face talking to me that day, but I wasn't angry. But what I did is I got back into the game and I says, okay, let me piece this back together. Next thing you know. And I'm so grateful for it. And you can do the exact same thing. And so my purpose has been tied into, because I've seen what I've done. I've got the story, and I'm bold enough to say that I don't know of another CEO in network marketing or any trading education company, period, around the world who have my results. If you are, show up. Let's celebrate. Let's talk together. It's not a competition. I don't know one. I don't know one who's willing to be as transparent and show you their wins, show you their losses, and show you what's going on. I show that not for bragging. I show you so that I want you to know that it's never been just a permanent, straight, perfect trajectory all the way to the top. It's been some ups and some downs, but I can tell you this, for every time I take 2 steps back, I take about 15 steps forward. So my purpose is I am going to take this opportunity of teaching people how to make money, how to profit from trading, and I'm going to take it all around the world. I'm going to have people in languages that I can't even communicate with, because we don't understand each other, but I can whip up my screen, I can show them my charts, and they'll understand exactly what I'm talking about and what I'm teaching. And we will have educators who teach it the way I learned it and the way I teach it. We'll have educators all over the world teaching in all of these different languages. It's a passion of mine, and that passion has a burning desire. And so the passion that I have and the purpose that I have of empowering people financially has never changed, only the path. Only the path. I never thought I'd be doing it through trading. And so this is why Ibüümerang today, ladies and gentlemen, is a trade and travel company. When you open up and you start to realize who it is that you are, what you have from a leadership standpoint, and what you have from a product standpoint, you'll begin to really, 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 really understand how powerful this opportunity is and what it is that you have to offer. And what we're going to do today is we're going to set the record straight, and I'm going to show you how to really build a business. I'm so proud of all of our rank advancers that we have, and that whole list of what you saw, from sapphires to rubies to emeralds. And Mark Kithcart, I can tell you, our chief marketing officer, has gone out there and says, hey, listen, we're breaking too many pins, not too many, but you know what I mean. We're breaking more pins than we've ever broken before. And he's gone out and ordered an entire container, I think, of trophies. All right. an entire container of trophies. And yesterday, I think, you know, from what we were normally spending, we got discounts now. It was, I think it was around it would have been $300,000 or something like that in trophies, eagles, the rubies, the emeralds. And so he says, we are prepared for major explosion. And so what we did is we went out and put our heart and our money out there first. Why? Because we want every single sapphire that walks across that stage to have their eagle when they get it. We're conquering, if you will. We are going to conquer every aspect of this industry. And I promise you, we will have more customers and more ambassadors earning more money than any trading platform, educational forum in the history of the world. No one will come close to what our people are earning. I am 100% committed to it. What we've done with Elevate is going to continue to evolve. You know, the partnership that we acquired with Jason and Paul and Shane and those guys have just it's been absolutely phenomenal. And there's a lot more to come. But now it's time for you to do your part. It's time for you to do your part. All of those ranks that we have, I want to give a special shout out to some of our newest Black Diamonds and Smeckel brothers for just crushing. The thing that they did that I'm so proud of is that they completely crushed the month before any promotion was done. Blue Diamond was already done and in the bag before any promotion was actually done. And then we gave them just a little boost that we were going to do anyway. And they turned the afterburners on. And the next thing you know, their organization just starting to explode. And what's happening in Ibüümerang right now, ladies and gentlemen, is what I call the popcorn effect. It's the popcorn effect. The popcorn effect is when you take some popcorn and you put them in a hot frying skillet and you just pour the popcorn in. See, you can't choose which one of those kernels is going to pop first. You don't know. You don't know. See, what you're responsible for and what we're responsible for and what Cesar and Darren is responsible for and our Black Diamonds, what they're responsible for along with myself and our corporate team is making sure the fire is on and making sure that that skillet is, you know, has some grease in it, has some oil in it. And what we do is we turn that fire up and we say, hey, listen, we know right now that this is a hot skillet. You've got the oil in there. Here are all who's going to play. And every kernel of popcorn is an ambassador. And we can't point and say, that's the one that's going to pop. And what happens is 3 to 5 minutes later, when the temperature is right, one pop. And after that one pop, you don't have to wait 5 minutes for another pop. Moments later, you'll hear pop, pop. And then moments later, you'll hear pop, 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 pop. And then the next thing you know, they start popping like popcorn. And right now, we've got pin poppers happening like popcorn. And I want you to be a part of what's happening and what's going on. So our identity, we are a trade and travel company from a product standpoint. Wonderful products that we've had, and as of right now, and I want you to know where we're going and where we're not going. Skin Tech will be completely discontinued as our product source. I think the last of the Skin Tech was ordered. We wanted to actually put out a notice that we would stop it at the January 1st, but all of the Skin Tech that we had available now has been ordered. And you say, well, HB, why? I've got customers. I know you got customers. I've got customers. But I had to make a choice. Who are we going to be? Are we going to try to be a little bit to a lot of people, or are we going to try to be only a couple things to the world? And I said to myself, guys, listen, if we can't be number one in this market, I don't want to do it. I don't, so we're not going to put the focus into being number one in a sanitizing product business. It's the most wonderful product from a physical product that I've seen in a long time, but I know we're not going to be number one. We're not going to dominate. We're not going to do the work to make sure it's registered in every single country around the world. We're not going to put those resources into having these warehouses set up, these permits, changing the formula for this country. This ingredient can't fly into this country. Well, you send it over to this country, it's a 50% tax. And no, we're not going to be number one. Let's get serious, get rid of it. We're going to lose some customers. Some people are going to be upset, but it's okay. We will be number one in what we do. Zents, we love it. We still have Zents. Matter of fact, we're going to be doing some pretty cool things with Zents, but we're going to phase it out. We're going to phase it out. Why? Because I don't want to be confused. I want you to know exactly who we are as a company. Do I like Zents? Do I love Zents? Of course, I've got it everywhere. Everywhere. I always have my Zents around here. We keep it around here, and you better start ordering right now while we have it, because it'll end up like Skin Tech. You won't be able to get it anymore. But I don't have a family member who's come back to me and told me I've changed their life because of Zents. They like it. They want more. But they've never called me up and told me I've changed their life. I get messages every single day, every week about what they've learned through trading. So that's where we are, and that's where we're going to be. What I want to show you is this. I want to show you how to build an income, and I want to show you how to do it the right way. I want to show you the HB way. I'm going to talk to you as if I was the leading distributor. I'm going to show you exactly what my thinking is and how I think as I built businesses around the world. And this is for everyone on here, even the person who's a brand new person. So let's talk about it. Let's put it up on the screen. Let's talk about how to advance your ranks and how to re-qualify your ranks every month. And then I'm going to give you some samples of what a 90-day blitz really looks like. Because I want you to understand how important this really is. Okay? I want you to understand what you need to do starting from where you are right now, because I know through example that success is not done or accomplished on accident. Success is never by accident. It is always by design. And I want to show you how to design a business, how to put together a strategic business plan that is simple, that is sustainable, and something that your family can count on the income coming in every single month. Now, in the chat, here's what I need to know from you. In the chat, on whether you're on whichever platform, Facebook Live, if you're right in here in the Zoom, what I need to know from you is this. I need to know, do you believe that Elevate, regardless of whether you have ever traded or not, do you believe Elevate is a product that people should have and that is really simple for a person to buy? Do you really believe it? I need to know that. And if you don't believe it, I don't want any fans here. And the reason I have to know this is because if you don't believe it, you'll never sell it. You'll never sell what you don't believe in. The world has convinced you, that's right, you, I'm talking to you. The world has convinced you right now, the majority of you, over 90+% of you who have children, the majority has convinced you to send your kids to school for 12 years. So, and you're busting your back and you're doing overtime and investments. Why? So you can send them to college. Somebody has sold you that that is the plan for your future and for your kids' future. And I'm not here to step on your plans. I am not here to say that your plans aren't worthy or that you shouldn't. What I am telling you is I know who's going to win in that scenario overall, and that is the banks. College has never been and never will be the key to success from a financial standpoint. College is a financial reward for all the banks who issue the loans. That's how the banking industry has taken off, through the push to put all of our kids through college. And if somebody sold you that a $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 education, if they've sold you on that, can you sell a customer on a $200 a month education where they get paid today, and not a promise that they'll have to interview with the company, or may even have to work for free as an intern for a couple of years, or take an entry-level job, and then 5 years later they get paid based off of what the degree actually is worth? With our average doctor still having a six-figure debt, and our average doctor in America here only makes about $140,000 a year, but hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. 7 years of college, of med school, and 4 years of college. And I'm not beating that down. We've got doctors on this call. Why are they here? Because they're like, hold on for a second. You mean to tell me I can surpass my income with a class, with education that costs me $150 a month as an ambassador, and I'm watching people do it every single day? I've watched HB take a class that he's only learned something over 90 days, and HB's earned more in 1 month. I had a guy tell me, he says, listen, I'm a professional. He says, I saw your books, I saw what you did in August, your biggest month, and I took every family member that I have. I took my dad, I took my mom, I took my brothers, I took my sisters, I took my grandparents, and I took all the income that we'll earn over a 40-year period of time, and combined, we didn't do in a lifetime what you did in August. And all of us have college degrees. He said, in August, my earnings were more than him, his brothers, sisters, dad, mom, and grandparents combined for 40 years of working. They didn't combine and earn what I earned in August. And we sell that for $150 a month. We retail it for what, $179 a month or $199 a month? Can you sell that? Can you sell that story? Can you sell that result? Can you offer that to people so that they understand what they're getting in exchange? You don't have to tell them not to go to college or college. I'm just sharing with you so that you have a parallel to understand what it is that you actually have. Because if you don't understand the value of what's in this plan, you will try. You won't conquer. You won't do it. You won't finish it. Today starts a brand new day. 2023 as well. You guys know I don't believe in going into 2023, starting my plan then. You're already behind the 8 ball. We start today. We start today. Today is the new 2023, and that's how I've always got ahead of everybody else. I come into the new year with a sprint. I don't come into the new year tying my shoelaces, getting ready. Winners have already started. So let's talk about the plan. And I want to show you the plan. And I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm going to go through this, and we're going to be fortifying this plan. You're going to hear it over and over and over again. And I want to ask you a question. Do you even know what volume it takes? How much does it really take to achieve your goal? How much volume does it take to hit sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond? I got them up here on the screen. I want you to take a snapshot of this so that you understand. Some of you are shooting for sapphire, some of you are shooting for ruby, emerald, and then some of you are shooting for diamond. And those of you who are diamond, you should also be right here listening, watching with your goals written for where you're going to be. Maybe you've hit emerald, but you fell back to sapphire. I want you to know how I want you to be qualified every month at a level as you rebuild your rank back. Don't feel bad. Don't feel insecure about where you are from a rank standpoint. There's no judgment by your CEO. And I promise you one thing, I don't ever go into the back office to see what your qualification is. I know many of you, you see me, you don't want to shake my hand. You don't look me in the eye. You say, man, I know HP's been looking in the back office and he's looking at my rank. And I can see your nervousness and your anxiety right through your eyes. And I'm like, I just want to show you how much I love you. I just want to come and tell you, hey, I'm proud to have you to be a part of the company. I don't know what your volume is. I don't care what your volume is. I care what your future is. And your volume today and what your future is tomorrow has nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with it. Don't care about it. You know what I see? I see your courage. Because if you're somewhere where I can shake your hand, that means you still believe. That's what's important to me. That's what's important to me. Now, what I like for you to be able to do, this is how I check volume. Like the Smeckel brothers, you know what they do? They send me a screenshot of their rank advancement. That's how I know what their volume was. Hey, you know, Desi, send me a screenshot. Hit blue diamond. Psst, look, black diamond. Volume's in, volume's done. Great, let's celebrate. Congratulations. But other than that, I don't care about any of that stuff. I want you to care about your plan. So let's get through it here. I want to talk about the volume opportunities. If you know what the volume requirements are, now you take a look at what are the requirements. The requirements are what's called the goal, the destination. The destination may be diamond. It may be emerald, ruby, sapphire. That is the destination. Start with the end in mind. Where will I end up? What's the goal? What is it that I want to accomplish for this period of time? And once you've identified the goal, now you've got to break it down. You've got to break the goal down. Why? Inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, it's too hard. I don't know how to convert that into the metric terms for you Europeans over there. We don't do the inch, you know, centimeter by centimeter, it's too hard. Whatever it is, okay? You guys know what I'm talking about. So what are the opportunities? So you say, well, if I'm going for Ruby, I've got $40,000 in QV. Let me share with you what I don't want you focused on. I don't want you focused on, okay, I'm gonna do 20,000 and I'm gonna check to see what my credit card limit is to make up the other 20,000. You don't make enough money to do that every month. So that's not the smartest way to achieve it. Okay? That's not what we're here for. We are here for real bodies, people who are interested. And last that I know, you know, our cats are not interested in Elevate. So don't sign up your cat 15 times. Don't sign up your pet hamster. Don't sign up, you know, whoever, your pool cleaner that you haven't met and given 15 different names. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you how to do this because it's doable. Okay. Your dog is not going to sign up. Okay. He's not, I promise you, he's not going to read the charts. So once you've identified the goal, you break it down into increments. How can I break this down? Now you look at it. What are my opportunities for volume? You've got one-time volume, and then you got every month volume. I want to show you how to build with a combination of both. And I'm going to share with you what percentage of one-time volume should actually be a part of your achievement, rank achievement, the month that you actually achieve it. The earlier that you're in the business, okay, or the time that you achieve a goal closest to your starting date of the business, you're going to have more one-time volume. We had several Rubies at our Ruby leadership in Dubai who were there, and they didn't have, I told you guys don't have any reoccurring volume. We had a guy there, it was a couple, not a couple, it was a couple, but they were a team who built, they went Ruby and they had 24 people personally sponsored wide. And I said, you don't have any reoccurring volume because the month is not even over. So all of their volume came from one-time qualifiers. And then the young lady and I think and her mate, same thing. You know, I can tell they're going to build this thing big. I know they're going to be diamonds. They went out and they built with their influence, one-time volume. And then you're going to have every month volume, and this is volume. The every month volume is iGo subscriptions, Elevate subscriptions, Star Achievers, and we're going to talk about Star Achievers. Your one-time volume is going to be enrollment volumes. That's going to be first-class travel, first-class trade, first-class travel and trade, and the average enrollment. I want to share with you, outside of when grow-a-thons are taking place, when our business is in normal mode and building mode, here's what you should be shooting for. The average enrollment volume is 500 QV. It's actually about 529. But 500 QV is the average volume that your organization should be displaying on a healthy spectrum. If you're at 400, don't panic. If you're at 700, don't panic. If your average volume is 1,000, you might be overselling. Or you're like some people says, hey, listen, I only allow first-class people to join my team, okay? And as a company, we don't do that, all right? But on the average, about 500 QV per enrollment. You say, well, how do you know that? Take the number of enrollments that you have for that month, the QV that's associated with them, and divide the number of enrollments with packs into that QV. That will give you your average qualifying volume per enrollment. I want you to have a healthy balance. Some of you who are younger in the business, you right now may not have an accurate average because maybe your confidence is not there to sell first-class packages at this moment. And so you kind of tiptoed in. Typically, how you start is normally the way most people want to get started. So if you start with coach class, you're going to have the confidence of selling coach, not business or not first class, and definitely not first class trade and travel and trade. And we're going to change that to first class trade and travel. We trade first. Okay. So these are your opportunities. Now, on rare occasions, we have a third opportunity. On rare occasions, we have a third opportunity, and that third opportunity is going to be what's called promotional volume. Promotional volume. Now, so remember, these are the tools that you have. The first sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond, that is the goal. So if you've ever opened up, you know, maybe bought something that you had to assemble, maybe it's a table, maybe it's a shoe rack, maybe it's a console table, and it comes in a box and you open it up and they give you a list. They show you a picture of what it looks like when it's complete. And then they give you a list of all of the tools that's going to be required. And they give you a list of all of the supply of things that are included that is necessary to make that table look like the picture. So when you look at diamond, we show you what diamond looks like, how much your volume you need, how many people you need on each side. And then we say, here are your volume requirements or the volume opportunities. That means here are the units of measurement that you need to plug away at. You're going to have to put a first class here, first class here, first class here, subscriptions here. And once you put enough of them in, then guess what? You're going to have that sapphire picture. Remember, we talk about building the business. This is what I mean by building the business. You look at the full picture and then you break it down, volume opportunities, and then we have promotional volume. Example, 50% extra QV. We do that every now and then. Double QV. We do that every now and then. We've done things with extra fast start plus 25% more QV, double QV. We've done that before. I do not want you basing your future and your rank on when is the next double CV going to happen. I want you building already. Be in building mode with what I'm sharing with you so that when double QV comes, it's a big bonus and a blessing to you. Why did the Smeckel brothers just completely dominate and crush November? I didn't have a call with Diamonds and say, hey guys, at the end of the month, we're going to do a promotion. They made a decision because the popcorn had been popping already with Cesar and Avinash and Daniel and Talita and David Hunt and Luis and Fernanda and all of these other blue diamonds, Carlos and Jessica and all of these blue diamonds that have been popping. And then next thing you know, before that, it was Jake, who was going out there and just crushing it, and Desi and Darren and all of these other diamonds that were popping. They said, hey, it's my time to pop. And they started to pop. But they started off saying they qualified, I think, Diamond the first 3 days of November. And they had their people running already. They were going to do it whether there was a promotion or not. And the next thing you know, the last 5-6 days of the month, I said, I'm going to do a little promotion. They said, oh, really? Yeah. And you know what they did? They turned it up even more. That's the way you use a promo. You don't hold volume and say, you know what, I got these people, but I think there's going to be a promo next month, so I'm going to enroll them the next month, get the double credit for it so I can have a pen that will be very difficult for me to see again because I can't recreate that scenario. So I'm just sharing with you something so that you can save your self-image so that you feel good about your chances of making sure that you fit back into the mode of your rank. If you've done that in the past, so what? You're forgiven. But I want to show you how to sustain it. iGo subscription, 100 QV. Elevate subscription, 150 QV. Star Achiever, 300. Take a snapshot of these numbers. Very, very, very important. What's your next resource? Couple resources that you're going to have now. You're going to have volume resources, and then you got people resources as well. So I'm showing you the manual. Opening up, you now have all your volume. It's like your screws that you have, and then all the parts. Let me show you some of the parts. People. How many people do you actually need? How many new enrollments do you actually need? I'm giving you 2 examples of Sapphire and Diamond. I'm not doing a Ruby and Emerald. Why? I want you to do the work yourself. You go and do the work yourself and put the plan together for yourself. Sapphire, 15,000 QV. I want to share something with you. I'm going to give you a little secret. When I was building, don't tell anybody this, so I'm going to whisper here. When I was building, I never made my minimums my maximum. I made my maximums my minimums. You say, well, what do you mean, HB? What do you mean? I never looked at Sapphire as 15,000. I always shot for 20,000. I never looked at Diamond as 200,000. I always had to do 250,000. I never looked at Emerald as 80,000. I always taught my group, your goal this month is to do 100,000 in volume. Do you think if you did 100,000, do you think we qualify you as an Emerald? Yeah, because it's a little bit more than 80. I never looked at Ruby as 40,000. I always told the group 50,000. This is a little secret I'm sharing with you guys. Don't spread the word, okay? Keep this between you and me. So don't focus on minimums. If you're applying for a job and say, hey, listen, we have a minimum salary here and we have a salary for entrepreneurs who can make as much as you want to make, which one are you going to focus on? You're going to say, hey, pay me the minimum? No. How you do anything is how you do everything. You got to get out of this minimums mentality. This is the base. So it's no different than, you know, when I was working, and I did work a job before, I gave them way more than they were paying me for. Why? Because it wasn't for them. It was for me. It's why I do more now. Somebody says, you know, HB, can I get a conference call? You know, we want to jump on this call with my team here. And can you give them 10 minutes? And they already know HB doesn't do 10-minute calls. HB's always going to give more than what he said he's going to give. Why? I've rehearsed it my entire life. My entire life. That's all I did was learn how to give more. I stayed late at my job. I got there early. Why? When I left a job, I wanted them to miss me. I wanted that when my time was over, they looked at me and said, man, we lost a good one. Or what do we need to do to keep him to stay? I never was the minimums, whereas they say, you know what? I'm kind of glad he's gone because you know what? He'd get here right on time. And man, he's standing there watching the clock at 4:58, looking at his watch, can't wait to get out of the door. That's not who I am. That's not an entrepreneur. You're not going to succeed in this company if that's your mindset. You're not going to succeed at anything. You better hope your boss succeeds so that they still have a place for you. You will never, ever have freedom if that's the way you think. You've got to have a maximums mentality. I was always taught by some of my mentors, do more than what you actually get paid for. And later on, you'll get paid for a whole lot more than you actually do. Do more now than what you get paid for. And later on, you'll get paid for a whole lot more than what you do. So let's look at these right here. First class travel, 1,000 QV. At Sapphire, if we were looking at one-time volume, you need 15 total people coming in your organization to qualify. 15. Okay. If you're looking at first class travel, first class trade and travel, you'll need 10. If you're looking at your business on the average, 30, because the bottom one is the one I really want you focusing on. Why? This is what's normal. This is the reality. Everything else is the perfect scenario of how you work numbers, but don't base it off of all first class packs because that's not your business. We're giving you this as an example. So about 30 people, remember we say if you want to go Sapphire, you typically going to enroll anywhere from 25 to 35 new people coming into your team. Why? We know that the average volume is around 500 QV. So set your plans on that average enrollment there when we're talking about enrollment volume. Now, remember this, if you've been in the business for 90 days, that means you've had an organization already built. And if you have people, you may not need 30. Why? You already have some reoccurring volume in as well. You've got some every month qualifying volume. Maybe you've got 20 people on your team already that are paying their subscriptions. So you may not need all of that volume in this example here. Every month qualifying volume. Now remember, we're talking about qualifying once versus qualifying forever every month. iGo subscription, Elevate subscription, Star Achiever. Star Achiever should be the focus for every single person in here. And I'm going to show you something because this is a new day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm introducing something on this call that all of you are going to want to be a part of. Do you want to roll with HB? I'm going to give you a chance to roll with HB. Star Achiever qualifying volume is 300 qualifying volume. If you've got 50 Star Achievers in your organization, you requalify Sapphire every single month, if not one other person joins your team. And guess what? You're getting paid the majority of your income through the uni level. Somebody says, yep, I'm rolling with you, HB. Monica says, I'm rolling with you, HB. Several other people saying they're rolling with me, HB. Good, because I'm going to give you that opportunity to roll with me. I'm going to show you how to roll with me. Diamond, 670 star achievers in your organization, and you are qualifying diamond every single month without exception. This is money that you can count on every single month. Now, let's break it down and let's look at what does it take to be a star achiever? What does it take to be a star achiever? We all know an Elevate subscription is 150 QB. One Elevate subscription, one customer. I'm sorry, your Elevate subscription, and then one Elevate customer. You're at 300 PQB. You are on it and you got one customer. Is it really that simple? Yeah, it's really that simple. It's really that simple. But now hold on for a second. Hold your horses. HB just said, don't focus on minimums. Because I know every one of you can get one customer. Every one of you can. Oh, first of all, if you don't have an Elevate subscription after this call here or during this call, sign up today. Well, I don't know if trading is for me. So what? So what? I don't care about whether you know if trading is for you. Sign up for Elevate today. I want 100% of the people in our company having access to this knowledge. 100%, not 50, not 75, 100% of you should be on Elevate. If you're not subscribed to Elevate, you're definitely not rolling with HB. What you're going to start seeing, and I'm working with the marketing team, I shared this with the diamonds, you're going to start seeing my personal activity and some leadership focus a lot in the marketing department, with me being the face of Elevate, or my story being the face of Elevate, introducing Elevate to the world. Number one, it's my biggest passion that I have. I know exactly where we're going with it. And number two, there is no replacement at this moment for my story. My story means a lot, and you have the ability to use my story to empower you and to empower your groups. So I'm going to allow you, use my story. But I want to talk to you about something. You've heard me talk about this before. There's two types of people who roll with HB. I don't like this one customer stuff. That's the minimum. There's two types of people who roll with HB. And the first type of person that rolls with me is the person who says, I'm not doing these minimums. First of all, I'm going to get myself involved. I'm going to be on subscription with Elevate. But HB says, don't do this one customer thing. I believe anybody in here who's serious about building a business should have a minimum of 10 customers. You can't tell me there's not 10 people that you know that you come in contact with who doesn't want a better life, who's looking for a source of income that they can start right now. They can start learning this month, be in the market this month, be in the profit this month, and every single month. They'll never have to pay for their subscription. It's your responsibility to put them in some group, show them how to make one trade that pays for their subscription plus their profit, just one single trade. This is not a pyramid where you enroll people, just sign people up just because there's a sign-up fee and we don't focus on any product. That's not who we are. I am never, ever, ever, ever will be associated with something like that. We offer value to our customer. We are the only company that I'm aware of that pays a fast start commission the only customer that pays a fast start commission for retail customers and a trading platform. Why? Because we believe in retail customers. We built an entire IGO, the IGO for Less portal that nobody else in the industry has, just so you can get customers. We made it very simple. Don't tell me you can't do both. Ask Sandy Harris, is it possible to go out and get a bunch of customers and go diamond? He's done it. And several of the other diamonds have customers. They've done it. But I want to know, because I'm introducing what's called the CEO circle. You want to roll with me? Get in the CEO circle. CEO circle. You get 10 Elevate customers, you're rolling with me. When I go to the events, you come with me at the events, your ticket is taken care of. 10 customers who've been on 90 days prior to the event. We're not saying go sign up 10 dogs to get into the event. 90 days that they have been in Elevate subscription for 10 customers, 90 days prior to the event, you're rolling with HB, you're part of the CEO circle. And when I call CEO circle events, you are invited. You can be a diamond, blue diamond, black diamond, and you're not in the CEO circle, you don't get access. Only my CEO circle people will be a part of those events and those meetings that I do. Why? I know how we're going to build this company and have the largest impact financially on people around the world. And we're going to start with who's in the CEO circle, who's in my circle. In the chat, I want to see, think about it. If you have to think about it, it's okay. Are you committed to being in the circle? I want to see. I want to see if you're committed to be. I don't want noise. I don't want just chatter. I want to know who's going to really see. You can't roll with me for free. I paid a price too much. Yeah, there's a cost. There's effort. There's time, energy, effort to be with me, to be in my circle. Now, here's what I want you to know. You're in my CEO circle. There's going to be special things that happen for you. Obviously, you'll get into all the 4 major live events for free. How do you get into that event? Well, 90 days prior, we look at it. Say, yep, they've maintained 10 customers on Elevate. And they've had them at least 90 days prior to the event. Your ticket's free. You don't have to worry about, getting there first and dialing in real quick. Hey, listen, I'm covered. The guys looked at me when I was talking about this. You willing to give this type of money away? I'm like, listen, we don't make money from events. We never have made the money from events. We make the money when you get to the event and we inspire you and you go out and build a business. That's when our money gets made. So I don't care about event. We care about ticket revenue because this is not a freesome around here, okay? Nothing's free. We have to pay for the event. But that's not where our money is made. Our money is made when you succeed. Now, you say you want to be in my circle. I want to share something with you. The people who are in my circle, I keep them pretty close. But there's a few people that I keep even closer. The people I keep closer, those are the people who's in my corner. And so I'm introducing what's called the CEO corner. You have 25 Elevate customers. Any event that we do, anywhere, wherever it's at, I don't care what it is. I don't care who, when, where you want to go to. If we have 20 events, you want to come to all of them, you're in my corner. You're rolling with me. You're rolling with me. You will have your special badge. Hey, listen, hey, I'm CEO corner. They just let you on in. It's just carte blanche. I'll be very candid with you. I want to be very, very candid. I want you to really pay attention to me when I say this. In some companies, it will be embarrassing if 100% of you were not having 25 customers. There's companies out there that I know of today who have a very inferior product that in order for you to qualify to get your bonus check or to get your fast start off the people you enroll, you got to help them get 10 customers in their first 30 days. And if you don't get them 10 subscriptions in their first 30 days, you cannot get paid off of any of your enrollments. And it's one of the largest network marketing companies out there now. Why? Because they require more from their people. I'm not changing our comp plan. I just want to see who wants to be in my corner. A lot of people will be in my circle, but there'll be fewer people who will be in my corner. You want to roll? Let's roll. You want to be in the CEO corner? Let's roll. Let's roll those sleeves up. Let's get it done. Now, here's a couple things I want you to understand. Okay? What I want you understanding is this: leaders are able to do more than one thing at a time. Leaders are able to do two things specifically. That is recruit and customer acquisition. So I don't want you to get so customer focused where you forget that I need new people in my organization as well. Okay. So now let's talk about how we do this. Okay. Let's talk about, so instead of just one customer, we get 10. We talked about the CEO corner. We talked about CEO circle. So instead of getting one customer, get 10, create a 10 customer culture in your organization. Minimum for those of you who want to be a part of the CEO corner, that's going to be 25 customers. But we're going to base this right now off of CEO circle. That's going to be the first step. And here's what I'm looking for. Who's going to start off the month? Who's going to start January off in my circle? Not waiting until, okay, and I'm going to get my customers in January and February, I'll be a part. No. Who's going to start off in my circle beginning of the year? You stay in my circle 12 months out of the year, there's something extraordinary. I don't know what it is right now. Mark and Tigray, they hate for me to go out there and say, put these promotions together while I'm on the fly, because it costs us a lot of money and I do all kind of crazy stuff that's logistically almost impossible. But I can tell you right now, we're going to do some pretty cool stuff. Yeah. I can tell you right now, I can't wait. You know, the delivery of our yacht is actually coming here. We got a pretty nice size yacht that's coming. It's actually here in Miami, waiting on the furniture to be released to customs. But I can see, you know, Tigray, Mark, you know, and Anna, can you guys see us having like a CEO corners yacht party on the yacht and talking about, you know, the lifestyles of the rich and famous? Can you see something like that going on?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. You know, I'm like, we got to put this yacht to work, right? It's just going to be sitting there in the water, you know, but I think we can do something like that. We bring DJ Rancan, fly him in and put him way at the top of the yacht. And we just going all the way through Biscayne Bay or wherever it is that we want to send the yacht. And you know what? Here's what I can tell you. Our yacht works in Europe as well. Yeah, it's a pretty big one, you know. And so there may be some times I think, you know, I'll probably put the yacht and just send the captain and say, hey, listen, you know what? I'll be in Europe. I'll be over there in Europe somewhere. We find some nice waters over there. We see who's in the CEO corner, and we get a group of people and we just bring them out there on the yacht and do some jet skis and all kind of stuff. I don't know, we'll do some pretty cool stuff, but only for the people in my corner. I can't bring everybody. It's not that. It's not a cruise ship. But we're going to do some pretty cool stuff, I can tell you that. I guarantee it's worth it. Do 12 out of 12. You do 12 out of 12, we're going to knock your socks off. Just mark my words. So Tigray, Mark, Anna, remember this. HB said, you do 12 out of 12, CEO corner, we're going to knock your socks off. Whoever you are, we're going to do something that's going to be extraordinary. That's all I can say. Okay? That's all I can say. So 10 customers in this example. Elevate subscriptions, that's 1,650 QV plus yours, plus 10 customers, that's 1,600 PQV. Every month qualifying, you need 10 of those. You need 122 to be diamond. That means you need 10 CEO circle members. That's right, Marcel. That's right. Come back with a vengeance, CEO circle. That's the way to come back. 10 people, you're qualifying Sapphire every single month. 122 people, you're diamond at the beginning of every month. As soon as subscriptions run, you're already diamond. Guys, it doesn't get any easier than this. It doesn't. It doesn't. And as we talked about it, Now here's what I'll tell you. Have too many CEO corner members, I'll buy bigger yachts. What about that? Okay, my dream is not stuck on the yacht that we have right now. That my dream is able to expand. I'll never say we have too many CEO circle members. I'll say we have too small of a yacht. We have too small of a yacht. Let's expand the yacht. That's the problem with most people today. They say, you know what? This costs too much. No, you just don't make enough money. Don't shrink your dream. Expand your money. Expand your money. That's how you get out of life what it is that you want. That's how you get out of life what you picture. Let's talk about enrollments, because I want to get through this here. I want to talk about doing two things at a time: customer acquisition and new enrollments. Number one, the purpose of a new enrollment, a new recruit, a new ambassador, to use the services themselves, to acquire more customers who will use the products and services, and to enroll more ambassadors who will do the exact same thing. Keep this very simple. They're going to give you access to their sphere of influence of customers and their sphere of influence of ambassadors, and they are going to use the product themselves. This is why enrollments are critical. Don't take it personal. You're not trying to recruit a new friend. You're not trying to recruit somebody to hang out with. You are enrolling a new person that understands opportunity, that want more for their families, that number one, see the value of Elevate, see the value of expanding Elevate to other people, and see the value of opening up their sphere of influence so that you can share with other people the benefits of Elevate and who we are as a trade and travel company. That's the only purpose for a new enrollment, not to be buddies. You may become buddies and you should become buddies, but the purpose is for these three things that we have here. There's 5 key conversations that I had with the Diamonds yesterday on our Diamond call. Here are the conversations. This is all I want to hear. Don't text me up or call me up about anything else when it comes to business, unless it has something to do with these 5 topics of conversation. I call them the 5 key leadership conversations. When you're out there and you're with your group at events, when you come to accelerate, conquer, when you're in the hallways, when you're at lunch, here's what should be talked about. We used to call it coffee shop talk. T. Gray, you remember that? Mark, you remember coffee shop talk? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
5 elements. Recruiting, number 1. Hey man, how many, how many new people have you put in? I don't hear enough people talking about that. See, if you've ever, have you ever watched, we got World Cup going on right now. I was fortunate enough to go to the World Cup, Avi and Cesar and put something together for me to be able to go and witness, the World Cup. We had an incredible time there. I know T. Gray was there, Jex was there, and, several others who were there. We had an incredible time at World Cup, but have you ever noticed that if you ever look at teams, there's a certain type of energy that's on the sidelines that that this team is going to win. There's a certain type of conversations that take place in the locker room. When Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan was playing basketball, the locker room didn't have a lot of just wasteful chatting. This is why there's a guy named Dwight Howard. He couldn't play with Kobe Bryant. Why? Dwight Howard always wanted to fool around and laugh. And this is why, as great of a talent as he is, as great of a physical specimen that he is, he's not known for his basketball. He's known for his jokes in the locker room. He's known for, starting the chatter around. But see, there were conversations that if you were going to be in the locker room with Michael Jordan, if you were going to be in the locker room with Kobe Bryant, if you were going to be in the locker room with HB, if you're going to be in the CEO circle, CEO corner with HB, there's certain conversations that we're going to be talking about. I'm not going to be talking about what's going on in the news. I don't care about the news. I create the news. We're going to be talking about recruiting. We're going to be talking about customer acquisition. Hey, look, what's your customer account like? Oh man, I brought on 3 new customers this week here, but my group, we brought on about 1,600 customers as a network last month. 1,600 customers as a network last month. I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I'm going to see if I've got one person I haven't talked to in such a long time. I'm going to dial their phone number and just see if they answer. And I'm going to ask them one simple question. I'm going to let them know I'm on a live call. I'm going to ask them one simple question if they can answer it, and how many customers that their network brought on last month.
Wow, now that's a nice surprise.
I am talking right now about you. I'm on a live call, people all over the world. And
that's not as nice a surprise.
well, listen, I got one question for you.
Okay.
How many customers you brought on last month in your network?
In my network, let me go check. I mean, I know how many I brought on.
How many did you bring on personally?
At 18?
You brought on 18 personal customers. Now, I'm going to ask you this. I know you don't like to talk about money. How much was your check last month?
Oh gosh, I don't know, like 200 and something.
200 some thousand, and you got the nerve to go get 18 customers yourself.
Well, yeah, it's Christmas time. It's the best time of year because you're talking to people all day long.
Well, how many customers did your network bring on?
I'm going to go check. I got to go to my back office to check that. Now, I will say, and I want to be fair, I brought on what I consider to be 18 trial customers, because a customer's not a customer until they're a lifer on the product. And too many people think getting the customer, you're done. That's a buyer. A customer is a developed relationship. But 18 new people that have bought the product to, let's say, experience it, and then provided they have a great experience, they'll turn into what I consider to be long-term, customers.
And what's the average spend on your customer per month?
2 boxes of ketones, it's 121 BV. How much money is it? About $160 maybe.
About 160 bucks. Now get in your back office and tell me how many your network brought on last month.
Yeah, I'm going in there right now. Last month, so I got to go to the dashboard. Hold on one sec. Last month, customers, 17,051.
17,051 customers last month.
Yeah.
You are a rock star. Hey, I'll call you back a little bit later on. I'm doing a global call.
It's a big group, so people shouldn't freak out about that. It's a big group.
All right, now let me ask you this here. I don't even know if you even focus on this. How many distributors did you bring on? I know it was a lot less than your customers. Not as many distributors, huh?
New promoter. 290? No, I'm sorry, 493.
493 people joined your team, but 17,000 new customers.
Yeah, and of the promoters, probably 85% of them were customers first.
85% were customers first. And so now your volume and your check is so consistent, most consistent volume you've ever had, correct?
Oh, no question.
And your people who are hitting ranks.
I have to just take all that away. I was wondering why these numbers were so crazy, because I was looking at this month and it's not over yet. Yeah, those are about right, about the same.
About the same.
Yeah, my volume is very consistent. Let's see what the volume was last month. Let me try to figure it out for you in dollar. It did about 10 million.
About 10 million. 10 million in volume last month.
Actually, probably.
Listen, you're a rock star. Keep rocking. Love you. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That's live. That's just off the cuff. That's not me. I didn't preempt it. You heard her. She hadn't talked to me. We hadn't talked in seven months. Guys, I know what I'm talking about. Not one of her leaders ever not requalified. Now you may look and say, well, only 400 something new people, 17,000 customers, $150, $160 something product every month that tastes like cardboard. You can't get $150, $195 customer, $190, whatever it is, to change their life. Her customers, they buy the product with the hopes of being able to lose weight or change their life. Our customers, they buy our service with the ability to buy that company if they wanted it. I should end the conference call right here, but I said I'll finish. 5 key elements: elevate, star achiever. Do you now? She's making 200 grand a month consistently, but she brought on 18 customers last month. Well, I just hit rank. I just hit Emerald last month, and so my leader's going to let me speak. I'm going to be doing I'm the key speaker. So, I don't do customers. I don't bring on customers because, I'm a leader here. Oh, you are? You are? Oh, okay. I'm showing you guys how to build a business, how to take care of your family for life. For life, not for 1 month, not for this quarter, for life. For life. Her check, it always grows. And I can guarantee you her BB ratio is not even close to what ours is. Not even close to it. 5 key conversations. Let's talk about this 90-day blitz, and then we'll finish the call. Are you guys getting it? Let me know. Let me know, do you get it now? Do you really get it now? I want to know, do you really get it? I promise you, if I called her back right now, and if I told her, I'm doing a non-network marketing related customer corner event. And if I called her up and I said, Lisa, listen, let all of your entire team know this is non-network marketing related, but he's done something called the CEO or the HB corner. And anyone in your company, Lisa, who gets 25 customers, they qualify to pay $1,000 to be in a room with me for 4 hours. She'd have 5,000 people in that room. If I told her, no, Lisa, they've got to get 25 customers a month for 90 days straight. And after the 90th day, we will allow them to have access to me teaching them how to build. The only way they can come is to get 25 customers every single month. That means 75 customers in 90 days. And then they still have to pay $1,000 to come. She'd have 5,000 people who would want to come listen to me for 4 hours. This is why I'm asking you, do you get it? Don't take being in the circle and in the corner for granted. Do you get it? Do you really get it yet? Do you really understand this is not about me, it's about what you have access to that changes your life? I guarantee you, she put 5,000 people who would go out if they knew, hold on for a second. She only allows her top earners to have small conversations with me. Her number 1 earners and her, maybe her number 2 and 3 earners that, hey, can I get you on the call with them real quick? I just want you to say hello to them. They watch everything. They watch all your trainings. They build the business the way you taught it. And I get on and they just die. Oh, I got to talk to HB. It's the biggest. No. And what I'm saying to you is get 10 customers, keep them, maintain them, and you're in the CEO circle. She got 17,000 customers this month in her network. 400 recruits. I'm not saying that's the ratio you need to be, but she's a multi-millionaire many times over. She's not worried about who leaves her group. Why? Nobody takes customers. Her leaders can leave. What are you going? You're going to leave a network of 5,000, 6,000 customers that you're getting paid off of that you can't transfer anywhere else? Nobody's customers are following you. Distributors will, who don't have a group and who don't have customers. You want to build a solid income? Give your team something to lose by leaving, and they won't leave. Okay. So 90-day blitz, let's talk about it real quick and let's make this happen. Guys, if you start today, start to focus it. Don't wait till the weekend or don't wait till tomorrow. Start today. Start today. 90 days of focus. Here's what we're going to do. 90-day blitz means that you're not focusing on just building for this month. You've got a 90-day cycle. Now, that means that if a grow-a-thon happens to take place, you use it. Use it as like a booster, not as a means. It's a booster. The 90 days of focus and intense activity on new achieve ranks, you use it to solidify your business, to identify new leadership, which is critical. Within 90 days, I can look to see who's been consistent for 90 days. What's the habit for 90 days? You do something for 90 days, I know you want it. Some people do things and you know what? They can do it for maybe 2 weeks. Some people can only do it for 3 days. 90 days of intense focus. Okay? 90 days of intense focus. And what happens is now you're in the know. Now you're getting it done. Now you're able to identify some leaders. $90 days. 90 days. This is not, guys, this is not just it's a blitz, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take a little bit of time. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to create. When we talk about creating your year-round energy in your business, you're going to do these blitzes in phases. Let's talk about, let me show you what it looks like. So right now, you're getting primed up. You're not waiting for January, but your new month starts January. Your new life of your business starts today. You go into the month or into the new year with the blitz. So from January, February, March starts a brand new 90-day blitz. Within those 3 months, there may be a grow-a-thon, there may not be. So what? I just showed you how to solidify your business. I've just proven to you that it's available to be done. I just gave you access. There's so many people I can pick up and they're going to answer HB's call. And I can let you hear the same thing. The real pros in network marketing, this is what we do. The rookies focus on 1 month. Nobody's impressed with your 1 month. We're impressed with your career. 90 days, January, February, March, get ready to run. April, you see a blank space in April. Why? We take a breather, we celebrate, you recognize those who actually had a successful blitz. In the month of April, you may have a leadership training by your presidential, by your Black Dot. I don't know. There's going to be something that they'll do in April to celebrate those who blitzed, who succeeded. We highlight those and we elevate those, and whoever broke pens, we put the stars on them. Why? May starts a new blitz. May, June, July. Take a break in August. Breather, because you ran hard for 90 days. You ran hard for 90 days. But what you're going to start seeing, and I'll share this with you, is you're going to start seeing this overlapping because people join your business at different times of the year. You're going to have people join in April a lot. People joining in August as well. But here's what happens. You're going to do 3 90-day blitzes per year. is how I built my business. I was blitzing like crazy. Let's put that screen up. So you have a join month. And then the next month is, the next 3 months is your 90-day blitz. A join month, the next 3 months is your 90-day blitz. And so watch how it overlaps. So every month, now when you start to build, see those of you who are diamonds, or those of you who are looking to become diamonds and above, what happens is your business now, you won't be able to control the growth. And you never want to be able to control the growth. You never want to be able to control the growth of your organization, ever. You want it to get so out of hand that you can't stop it. Do you think you think she can control, what do you think she had to do with 17,000 customers that came in last month? Her effect was 18, but she's the leader. Here's what I want you to know. This is like her 6th year in that company. That's 72 months. Month 72, she still brought on 18 new customers for the month, not for the year, for the month, leading by example. This is why diamonds, I got on the call with you yesterday. If you don't do it, it's not going to get done. Well, you know, hey, I organize all the conference calls. You know, I'm the rah-rah leader, so I'm waiting on everybody else to go get no, if you don't, I promise you, if you don't do it, it ain't gonna get done. Leader of one, leader of many. If I can't lead one, this one, I can't lead any. Topic of conversation. You know the most impressive thing? You know how to inspire your group? You're not gonna inspire your group by the comp plan. You know what inspires your group? Next time you see them, you as a blue diamond, hey, listen, you know what, man, I just brought on 6 customers last month, and man, one of my customers joined, and they're 4 wide and 3 deep and 2 legs. Your group's looking at you like, wow, I want to be in that conversation. I want to create conversations that people want to be a part of, but maybe they don't qualify to be in, but they say, I got to qualify to be a part of that conversation. I can't be around these guys. I can't be around Daniel and I can't be around, you know, Carlos or Jessica. I can't be around these guys. I can't be around Jake, and all I'm talking about is, you know, something I've done, or sports, or what. I got to be talking about who. I got a person 5 deep in my organization. Man, they just put 12 people in this month, and they made sure that all 12 people out of all 12, 4 of them got 15 customers this month. Conversations like that. It's the conversations that's going to drive inspiration. You want people to be inspired? What are you talking about? And no fake talk. What are you talking about? Not talking about sports. Nobody wants to hear what the conversation can't be going on with what's happening with the war. Nobody, you can't change it. You're not going to change it. You want to make an impact? Build the business. Donate money if you want to. But you got to change the level of conversation. Setting up your 90-day blitz. How do you set it up? This is what you do to set up your 90-day blitz. You identify your key business goals. Number 1, your target rank. What do you want to accomplish? Rank-wise. Your team's target ranks. What's your team target ranks? Look at identify your leadership. This is where our calendar comes into place. You look at your calendar. Who's on my team? Who are my starters? What's their goal? What's their target rank? How many star achievers will I need? How many do I currently have? What's my current inventory? How many do I need? What's my target? How many customers do I have? How many am I going to have? How many new recruits, that's not on here right now, and how many am I going to have? If I'm going to bring on 100 new recruits this month, how? How am I going to do it? 100 new recruits? Okay, well, I've got 5 leaders that's blitzing with me. That means on the average, 20 new recruits per team. You get with each team. You said you're bringing on 20 to 30 new people this month? Yep. Show me your calendar. How many Zooms do you have lined up? How many one-on-ones do you have lined up? How many home meetings do you have lined up? I need to know where are the 20 to 25 people going to come from, because I'm putting your name on my list as I go and talk to my upline, Blue Diamond or Black Diamond, about my plan. And I only can tell them your name if I see that you planned it out, your blitz. I need to know, throughout the blitz. So if you're going to do 20 to 25, at the end of 90 days, how many will you have? In this leg, are you telling me you're going to have 150 new people at the end of the blitz? Yes. Because you've already mapped out in 90 days, every month, I'm going to do X number of one-on-ones, X number of home meetings, X number of Zooms. I'm going to have X number of prospects on. You've broken it down step by step, increment by increment, that you've got the volume, you've got all of how to get the volume, opportunities for volume. Now you've got the people, how many people you need. Now, what's the strategy for getting the people and the customers? Out of every person, out of every Zoom that I have, I'm going to average 10 prospects per Zoom. My goal is signing up 3 as ambassadors. I'll probably have 5 to follow up with. My goal is to get 4 customers out of every Zoom of people who don't sign up. Here is my strategy. Now you multiply that number over 90 days and increasing the numbers at least by 5 to 10% per month within the 90-day increment. And that tells you where your volume is going to be. You know where it is, where it's going to be, because you have a sales strategy. A sales strategy. A sales strategy. Start setting your blitz up. This weekend is a great time to set up your blitz. And ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. I'll say it one more time. Who's going to join me in the CEO circle? And who's going to be in the CEO corner? Who's going to join the CEO circle? Who's going to join my corner? I appreciate everybody who's chiming in, saying I'm in there. And I'm actually happy that I right now have less people in the chat saying it, because now you have to say it with more commitment. See, before you sang it out of excitement. And I don't want excitement. I want truth. Give me 50. And I'll take that 50 and we'll build a team of 5,000 who are committed. Give me 50. We'll take 50 and build a team of 5,000. We know how to do it. We're not going to do it with those triers. We're not going to do it with one day I may be. We're going to do it with doers. We're going to do it with doers. Okay. That's how we get it done. We do it with doers. Events. Get yourself registered for Accelerate. Let's conquer 2023. Stop playing around. Make your commitment. Remember, throw your heart over the bar first. How do you throw your heart over the bar? It's called CASH. That's how you spell heart. Throw your cash in first. And trust me, your mind and your body always follows the heart. It's going to follow your cash. Make your commitment. Make your commitment first. You commit first and your team will commit afterwards. I'm inspired. Every time I get on and do a call, talk with our people, I'm inspired. 2022 has been an incredible year. We've worked out all the kinks. Our company is prime and ready for you to become the next version of your best self. I'm counting on each and every one of you. I tell you this, I can't do this alone. I can't accomplish this vision by myself. I can't go out there and impact the world and make sure that this level of education is in the hands of young men, young women all over the entire world. I can't do this by myself. I can't do it sitting behind this desk right here. I've got to have some people who are warriors who are going to be out there hitting the front lines just like I'm doing it. This is why I need to know who's going to be in my corner, who's going to be in my circle, who's going to be in my corner. For all of you who are going to get started, congratulations in advance. I'm so proud of you. And listen, this year, I'm wishing you an incredible source of energy to close out 2022. And we are going to kick the hell out of 2023. Love you guys. Happy New Year's. Merry Christmas to you. Peace. See you guys.